Imagine a man capable of neutralizing 10 attackers without ever drawing his sword. A man whose mere presence could halt violence, and whose silence inspired more than 1,000 cries. He was no ordinary warrior. He was a visionary, a mystic, a creator. His name, Morihei Ueshiba, the founder of Aikido, the art of peace. But his journey toward peace began in the midst of war, martial might, where warriors live forever. Morihei Ueshiba was born on December 14, 1883, in Tanabe, a small coastal city in Wakayama Prefecture, Japan. From a very young age, he was a weak, sickly child, prone to fevers and nightmares. But his father, Yoroku Ueshiba, a powerful landowner and local politician, refused to raise a fragile son. He pushed him to strengthen his body. He began with walks, then sumo, jujutsu, kenjutsu, and later judo. Discipline and pain became part of his growth. And so, through suffering, young Ueshiba forged his body like steel. By the time he was 20, the Russo-Japanese War, 1904 to 1905, broke out. Driven by patriotic fervor, Ueshiba enlisted voluntarily and was sent to the region of Manchuria. There, in the snowy fields, he met real fear. Bullets, screams, blood. The brutality of war hardened his body, but also planted a seed of pain in his soul that wouldn't heal easily. He realized war could strengthen the muscles, but destroy the spirit. Back in Japan, his focus changed. He no longer sought strength alone. He wanted transcendence. He wanted to find a power that wasn't destructive, but transformative. Not a technique to defeat others, but to conquer inner darkness. Thus began his pilgrimage across the country, seeking the most advanced masters of each discipline. He studied Daitō-ryū Aiki-jūjutsu with the legendary Takeda Sokaku, a man of fierce character and devastating technique. He learned sword techniques, kenjutsu, from the Kashima Shinto-ryu style. He also mastered the spear, yari, the short staff, jeo, and the long staff, bo. His body became a living arsenal, but his soul still found no peace. Then, in 1925, he experienced what he would call his great spiritual awakening. According to close accounts, Ueshiba had a transformative experience after facing an officer armed with a katana. The man challenged him, and Ueshiba, without using his own weapon, neutralized him without causing harm. After the encounter, he walked into his garden, closed his eyes, and felt the entire universe breathe with him. He said he felt the sky, the earth, the trees, all vibrating in harmony. He saw no enemies, only energy, only life. That was when Aikido was born, not as a new technique, but as a revelation. Aikido does not seek to destroy the opponent. It seeks to harmonize with them, to redirect their energy, to win without harming, to triumph without fighting. It was a martial revolution, madness to some, prophecy to others. In 1931, he founded the Kobukan Dojo in Tokyo, a place of rigorous training nicknamed the Hell Dojo. Not because of its violence, but because of its demands. There, body, mind, and spirit were trained to exhaustion. It wasn't just about learning to fight. It was about learning to feel. Ueshiba guided his students to read the opponent before they moved, to connect with their center, to return peace instead of punishment, to resolve conflict before it was born. But not everyone understood. Many came looking for ways to win, and he offered paths to avoid fighting. During World War II, While Japan burned under bombs, Ueshiba retired to the countryside, to the small town of Iwama. There, he built the Aiki Ginga, the sanctuary of Aikido, a place of silence, prayer, breath, and study. Each morning, he trained at dawn, in harmony with nature, with soft movements and a spear in his hands, not as a weapon, but as an extension of the soul. Students watched him move as if floating. His throws were so subtle, so natural, that those affected often didn't know how they ended up on the ground. His power wasn't physical, it was internal. He didn't push, he attracted. There are many accounts. One tells of a brash young man who wanted to test his strength. He charged at Ueshiba with fury. The master simply turned his body, and the young man was flung aside as if he had crashed into the wind. Reality? Perception? What's certain is that everyone who witnessed him agreed. There was something inexplicable. Yet Ueshiba never claimed to be invincible. He said, "I am not strong. I am simply aligned with the universe. When someone attacks me, they are not attacking me. They are attacking the cosmos." Each of his classes was a lesson in humility, each phrase a Zen koan. Do not seek to conquer others. Seek to conquer the self of yesterday. Do not impose. Be like water, formless, yielding, yet capable of carving through stone. There is no enemy, only an opportunity to reconcile. While styles like karate, judo, and kendo became Olympic sports, Aikido remained an art and a path. Many soldiers, artists, diplomats, and thinkers came to him. They expected techniques. They found truth. Ueshiba taught with his body, but also with his heart. At 70, he still trained like a young man. At 80, he was still throwing younger men effortlessly. They said you couldn't grab him, that it was like trying to grasp the air. But he insisted, it's not magic, it's presence. If you are here and now, no one can touch you. His influence went beyond the tatami. He inspired philosophers, psychologists, therapists, and pacifists. Aikido ceased to be just a martial art. It became a tool for personal and social transformation. In 1960, Morihei Ueshiba traveled to Hawaii. He was received as a living legend, but instead of asserting dominance, he humbly bowed to everyone. His message was clear. True strength is invisible. He returned to Japan and continued teaching until his final days. His movements grew even gentler, his gaze deeper. He no longer spoke of techniques. He spoke of harmony, of unity with life. On April 26, 1969, at the age of 85, Morihei Ueshiba left this world. But his legacy did not die with him. Aikido spread to over 130 countries, and today it continues to teach thousands to walk the world with power, but also with compassion. Today, when someone steps aside instead of blocking, when someone absorbs an attack's energy instead of resisting, when someone avoids a fight, not out of cowardice but out of wisdom, Ueshiba is there, because his art is not just a technique. It is a reminder, a compass, that true victory is not needing one, that the true master does not impose, and that the true warrior is the one who transforms conflict into harmony. Morihei Ueshiba was not just the founder of a style. He was the founder of an ideal, a bridge between combat and peace, between strength and love. And that is why, more than half a century later, we still call him with reverence. Oh, Sensei, the great teacher, the one who defeated the ego
and left us with the path of harmony.
Don't miss the next video. Click now.